and different. Hello. The goal of today is chill stream. Random chill stream that I totally prepared for. So, we'll see where this goes. Maybe I should have prepared a topic before going into this. How's the music volume? It's just playing on my PC. Lower, higher. All right, actually, let me talk about. Do I dare talk about the Archon quest? Do we dare? I don't think so. We'll talk about Keqing. You know what? Instead of talking about something useful, we'll talk about Keqing for an hour. This will be an hour stream, guys. That's it. Hello, people that are joining. Can I see? Yes, I have eyes. Thank you for asking. But yeah, today is Keqing's birthday. 11/20, my favorite day of the year, surpassing even my own birthday. But yeah, Keqing's birthday. Who did something interesting with Keqing today? Nobody. I swear to God, nobody. Best girl. Everyone always asks me, Scout, who's your favorite character? It used to be, is Miko your favorite character? And then it turned into, is Nouvelette your favorite character? Okay, that hair goes over there. And the answer to both of those is no. It's always been Keqing. Maybe not at the very beginning. It used to be Beidou. Electro Women. In Electro Women we pray. You lost your 50-50. Okay, here's the deal. I lost my 50-50 to Keqing too at 80. And like losing the 50-50 to Keqing is like a love-hate thing because on the one hand, Keqing. But on the other hand, 80 wishes and I got Keqing. And then 77 wishes later, I got Farina. Also, speaking of Farina, I just got off the phone with my mom, and apparently she just pulled Farina, which okay, what is your guys' opinion on this? Would you use Farina as the main DPS? Just wondering. Because I believe that Farina is best used as like Nouvelette support, obviously. I don't know if it's like worth it to just be like, oh, Farina main now. So that's a thought. She also just finished the Liyue Archon quest, and I think that I might have unlocked like the beginning of Fontaine for her, but Farina's upgrade materials are in like the new part of Fontaine, so 07's mom, I guess. Good luck. Even though I say good luck, and I'm sure I'll be the one that does it. Do I have it Farina at C6? No. I looked at Farina's constellations, and I don't know if they're worth it. Is that like a hot take? Is that a hot take? I looked at Farina's constellations, and based on what I saw, I think C4 and C6 are like the ones that are most like pertinent. And even then, I don't know. I know that C6 gives her like infusion on her normal attack, but why do you want DPS Farina when you have Nouvelette? You see? There's no like, maybe except for Dia, all characters at C6 are broken. That's just enough said. So it just depends on if their constellations make them better at what they do, or it makes them different. Like C6 Kazuha turns him into a DPS. I don't want a DPS Kazuha. I want a better support Kazuha. Like if they had given him better support capabilities at his C6, it would have been better than making him into an Anemo DPS. The same thing with Kokomi. Kokomi's constellations turn her into a DPS, but like, why would I want a Kokomi DPS that like doesn't have any crit rate? That's dumb. That's just the thoughts that I have. I don't know. Kokomi kind of got outclassed. IMO. Sorry, Kokomi. Shrimps. Is it C4? C4 is the one that heals when the trio is on the team, because that's kind of nice. Other than that, I mean, like, it's so useless anyway. Nouvelette does so much damage, even at C0. You don't agree with the C6 Kokomi? Hoyoverse has like a history of doing this, where they turn support characters into DPS characters. The more like duplicates you get of them, which is dumb. It's dumb! It's dumb on multiple levels. One, because why would you want your support to be a DPS? Two, if you want that character to be a DPS, you have to wail for them, which is like, pay to win so that your favorite character, you can like main your favorite character, I guess. I don't know. Your birthday's today? Oh, you share a birthday with Keqing. Must be amazing. The supports can do damage. I'm quite aware when I did my Keqing showcase and like half the damage that was done was by the supports, yes. Oh, Botrix decided to show up early this time. Good. But yeah. I don't know. Farina's constellations, Guess what character you wailed for? There's so many characters. Who's gonna go hard for Navia? I feel like after the Archon quest, Navia got more likable. Navia was like the only chill character in the entire Archon quest. Like everyone else is losing their mind, and Navia is just like, I mean, great, okay, maybe not like calm, because she literally like lost everything, but she seems the most grounded. Like, she definitely seems like she has the most realistic story, and she's the most grounded. Farina, literally off the chart. Farina's story was just fantasy on crack. Okay, yeah. I take back calm. She wasn't calm. She was grounded. Grounded in realism is maybe what I want to say. Also, did you guys know, this might be the video that comes out tomorrow, but there's a merchant in Poisson that sells Fontaine specialties, and after you do the 4.2 Archon quest, he doesn't sell them anymore. So I want to buy Charlotte, the conches. I want to buy the conches because I'm too lazy to go farm them for myself. And I went to this guy, and he's like, no. Sir? So yeah. Why do people keep saying Navi is Taylor Swift? Guys. Just because one character is blonde, and then there's another blonde person, does not make them the same. Navia doesn't even sing. Her bodyguards and friends died. See? I'm still over the dead friends. Too many friends have died. Not even like anyone that we know. This is like the first time that we know the friends. Everyone else has been like, oh, my tragic past, my friends have died. Like how many friends have been killed in the making of Genshin? Okay, I can see the Farazan Hatsune Miku, and I can see Mika as Len. I do not see Navi as Taylor Swift at all. Like, at all. It's not gonna happen. And Child is Ed Sheeran, yes. The Focalor's death scene. Focalor was literally added to this game to die. Like, they should have killed Farina. I don't think anyone agreed with that opinion because that video did not do well. But they should have killed Farina. Like, if they had killed Farina, maybe I would care. Fossilor was like, oh yeah, I bullied Farina for 500 years, and now I'm going to Sudoku. I'm like, bye. Didn't care anyway. Child of EA. I've seen Child of EA a lot. Do a lot of things. Yes, iconic. Yes, they should have. Like, when Genshin gets the balls to kill one of their playable characters the day that I will praise the story again. We are not there yet. I was actually pretty upset with the way that the Archon quest ended. I was like so excited for it too. I'm like, something amazing, something big at the end is gonna happen. Child's gonna die or something. And then not only did Child not die, Farina became boring, and Fossilor, who we didn't even know, died. Okay, wait, the storyline with Child also ended super weird because Skirk just threw him into a black hole, and then he was gone, and they're like, oh, he's recovering. I'm like, he should have died. Like Honkai? Yeah. That's why Honkai's story is good and Genshin is not. I'm gonna start this war. No. I don't know. The Honkai story is also very, very melodramatic too though. Genshin is just like tiptoeing into the drama and then like dips their toe in and they're like, oh no, let's bring it back. Yeah, Skirk like literally just threw him. That was kind of funny. They like, man, they kind of teased all of the Child fans too. They're like, here's Child in the Archon quest, and then they did nothing with him. They're like, they put him in the trial, and then after that we never saw him again. I thought that it was gonna like ramp up into something huge, like Child dies, but it didn't, and then we never saw him again. Like that was crazy. Genshin needs angst other than dead friends. Preach. They hit the thing. They hit the nerve where they're like, oh, people will have emotions with this, and then they'll think it's really good. Because apparently when people are sad, they think it's really good. But I stopped caring about people's dead friends and Venti's dead friends. So yeah, they need a new tragic backstory. Like we have fully extinguished and explored the dead friend tragic backstory. It's over. It's done. We've been there. Child didn't even get a lot. Yeah, he literally, his body showed up, got thrown into the void, and then he was gone forever. It was amazing. It was amazing. At least Baiju's actually dying. Well, we won't see him die, but at least he's dying? Question mark? But yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe Genshin's playing it safe because they know that their player base is very, like, wide. Even though they should just do it. We can handle it! I don't want to play with you anymore. Skirk played the Andy card. Real. My Farina's super weak. I'm like in between builds on. I was in the middle of building Nouvelette. I built him as a crit Nouvelette, and then I realized that going straight HP was better. So I'm in the middle of transitioning into an HP Nouvelette, but in the middle of farming that, I got Farina and Charlotte, so like deviated, and now Nouvelette's bad, and Farina's just bad by extension. So 11,000 maybe is the max amount of damage. Have you guys read Farina's vision story? Because it extends past what happened in her character quest. Basically, at the end, it's like after she got her vision, she went to go fight the local legend and got her ass kicked. Like, poor Farina! Poor Farina! They overuse one thing like crying. Tears were invented on Genshin. Yeah. They added the crying mechanic, and now everybody's crying. Except Farina pulled it off really well, not gonna lie. That's okay. Farina can cry. She seems like a crybaby type. Nobody else is allowed to cry. Nobody else can pull it off well. But yeah. We'll have another like oh my god, I forgot how much Navia cried. I mean, I don't like pay attention to half the things that Navia says, but like, yeah, she cries a lot. I like her. Not like really like her, but I like her enough that like I don't care that she cries that much because she exists, but isn't annoying about it. I don't know. Does that make sense? Who's annoying about it that exists? I don't know. No one in Fontaine really gave that like vibe. Everyone in Fontaine like doesn't bother me. Almost every single character in Sumeru made me want to punch them in the face. It was just like, Sumeru was just that kind of region. Like, new character released. The rage simmers. Oh my god. Yes, Mika. He exists and he's annoying about it. Just by existing. Man, I try not to be this shallow publicly. I'll say publicly because like, never mind, I won't explain myself. But try to be this shallow publicly. I hate Mika because he's ugly. I also hate Eula because she's ugly. Like, it's okay guys, these people aren't real. This isn't real bullying. Okay, don't quote me on that. But Mika's so ugly that just looking at him triggers me. And then he opens his mouth and it just gets worse. It just gets worse. Anyway. What about Nouvelette? Okay, fine, Nouvelette can cry, otherwise the plants won't get watered. Otherwise, if Nouvelette doesn't cry, there will be a drought. Like, if Nouvelette... Guys, think about this. If you're in Fontaine and you know that Nouvelette is the reason that it rains and there's a drought, be like, oh, Nouvelette's been too happy recently. We have to make him cry so that it rains. Like, the sea starts to dry. Someone just goes in and drop kicks Nouvelette to make him cry. These are the answers that I need question. These are the questions that I need answers to. Alright? Whose job is it to make sure that Nouvelette cries on a regular basis? Nouvelette is good for the environment, I agree. Goodbye, cringe. The stream just got slightly less cringe. Yeah. So wait, does that mean in his idol? Wait, hold on. I didn't think of this before. In his idol where he cries and it starts to rain, or what? In his idol where it starts to rain, does that mean that he's crying? And then where he's like this, he's like, don't cry, be strong, and then like sucks the tears back up and it stops raining. Okay, oh god, that's gonna be the only thing that I'm gonna be able to think about now. That's really funny. Farina being a pain in the ass makes him cry, but not anymore. Honestly, these days, just looking at Farina might make him cry. It might make some other people cry too. How it never rains in cities. Wait. They addressed that in the story? I don't remember that. But yeah. Fontaine. It rains in Fontaine. Hello, alligator, welcome. I know, it makes you affected by hydro, but it doesn't affect other people. And it's like, it like goes away very short. You just like get wet for a split second. Nouvelette makes himself wet. I just finished the Anne of Narcissus, Cross, I don't know, today. That was a long quest, and then at the end, you get 20 of the reputation points for it. Well, okay, yeah, because Nouvelette's dialogue about all the Archons is like, I'm gonna fight them. I'm gonna take them to trial and fight them. But he doesn't hate Farina, so like, just dad vibes all the way. And then Nahida is also, he also has a soft spot for Nahida. Maybe it's just like children. He loathes Zhongli the most though, which is kind of funny. Like, oh, Venti's just like a drunk, whatever. Zhongli, we might actually have like a square up and physically fight, which is really funny. And then Raiden is just like, oh, she's a hermit. Okay, we'll fight when she stops being a hermit. Which, you know, give it another 500 years. The dragons hate each other. Zhongli isn't even like Zhongli. Okay, maybe it's like because he's a dragon. Even though Nouvelette is like a significantly stronger dragon, right? Like Zhongli is just weak. He was gifted. He stole the power of the dragons. Also, I think it's because he's like an OG, like one of the original 7, and not subsequent 7. So Nouvelette like blames him for all the wrongdoings in the world. I don't know. I think it's really funny that he hates Zhongli so much though. Like, Zhongli's just like a harmless old man. who's like obsessed with drinking tea. Zhongli and Risley need to have like a tea party together, and then Nouvelette can go and just drink his water. You gave Nahida some candy, and now she stopped moving. Fascinating. Truly fascinating. You want to see Nouvelette throw hands with other Archons? He'll literally annihilate them. He used Hydro Pump and just annihilate them. No competition. Actually, I do know from experience, because I have used Nouvelette to like one-shot, like one skill, I guess. I can't call Nouvelette's burst a one-shot, because technically with C6, like, it's all a one-shot. But like, if I do one Nouvelette skill and then use the Hydro Pump once, I call that like a one-shot. So I have one-shot Raiden with Nouvelette. So, yeah. Hydro Dragon over the Usurper. And Welt in the retirement home. The only thing that Zhongli's missing is his cane. He needs a cane. Oh my gosh. Do you guys do the event for today? Where it's like, take photos of cane-wielding enemies. So random. It's so random. Like, okay, I'm thinking about Samaturals, because I know that the Samaturals have like little canes. They're like the little Lorax or something. And then I remembered that the Arlecchino's sexy squad also has cane. So I just went on a murder spree, if we're allowed to call it that. He is, no, he is that strong. He got all his power back. He literally has all the power of the Hydra Dragon in his human body. Abyss Mage, wait. Yes, the Geo for Tui guys. Why do Abyss Mages have a cane? Are you sure? This event is the worst one they've ever done. Spoken like somebody who has never played the food delivery event, because I only ran it once, and it was so bad that I think that people don't even they don't say that it's the worst one that ever existed, because it was so difficult that people just memed on it. Like, it was so bad, it was so difficult that it was funny. You literally touch water and you would have to start over. And the person was under the waterfall. Like, I cannot express how stupid that event was. Iconically stupid. That's what I'm gonna call it. It was iconically stupid. It's staff wielding. Oh. Honestly, I still didn't know that they had staffs. For a jazzed up commission. It was like the commission, but so much worse. Because the commission, you can teleport. You can fight enemies. This one, you had to walk all the way from Sarah to wherever the hell this person was. Like, and some of them, you couldn't even sprint. It's like, oh, you sprinted, the food spoiled. It's like, oh shit, man, why? You walked slightly over the speed limit, the food is not edible anymore. Oh. As someone who lived through that event, like, maybe the reason that no one says this is the worst event, even though, like, we all kind of know it, is because we're all too new, too stupid to, like, have opinions like this. Now we're old, we're cynical, pessimistic, like, we have these opinions. Be like, this event sucks. Back then, it was like 1.2 or something, and we're like, we can't call this sucks yet because the game is brand new. Now we have standards. Back then, there were no standards. Whatever. Now we have standards, and this event, kind of dumb, not gonna lie. What's really kind of dumb is that they not force you, but like, why do I have so many brown pictures? I'd be like, okay, I can trade all these, except I have 17 brown pictures and 0 red ones. So I guess I just got to keep wasting my time taking random pictures, or just making friends, because God. Except everybody has the same pictures. It's like, when you go onto the Discord and you're like, NA co-op events, every single person has yellow and brown. I don't know. I have a million brown ones. It was 1.1. I would use my phone, but I can't. It's busy. Yeah. I need a purple. I finished the event now, so done. But the prompts were like, the one yesterday was the blue creatures, which is like so difficult because, like, first of all, remembering what's blue, but also second, finding them. Like, the enemy ones are fairly easy. Like, staff wielding enemies, just like use the book and find where they are. If I want to find a blue frog, like, but you just want me to, like, pull that up in my memory? Because no, not happening. Bluebirds, yeah. There's actually quite a few bluebirds in Fontaine, which is lucky, but man, just running all over, trying to find that is slightly triggering. The bat hilly churls? Oh, the ones that wield the bat, yeah. Yeah, crystal flies, if I had known, oh, maybe I'll save somebody else, but I only learned yesterday that you can use the, like, you can take a picture of one crystal fly and then take a picture of a next one right next to it. I was stupid and was like, oh, this group of crystal flies, take a picture of one and then like check the crystal flies off the box. Can't take pictures of any more crystal flies. No, don't be dumb. Don't be dumb like me. Just take the picture of like 20 crystal flies because they're all over Fontaine. Not that you can do that today anymore. But yeah, the staff wielding ones, just like use the book and find all the ladies. Or if you're in Taily Trails, do that too. Searching for lizards, yes. Yeah, that too. Oh, the bird one? The bird one was particularly bad because I kept scaring off all the birds. Which was... I use the interactive map is actually helpful if you like care about it. Use Aloy. Fair, I forgot. Aloy and Sayu are the only ones that do that, and they don't do the same ones, right? So if you don't have Aloy, I guess tough luck. But the interactive map does show you kind of where those things are, so I'd like go to the spot, look around for it, and then find it once it's flying away, which is great. I love that. Who's Aloy? A traveler from another world. Oh yeah. I have also done that. I feel like when Aloy came out, that was like the first thing that you do. You talk to Timmy and don't scare the birds away, and Timmy's just a little shit. So. She's not leveled enough for the passive. That's kind of funny. I mean, it's not worth it, but. So the worst thing about Aloy and Sayu's passive is that, it would be better if you were able to pick one. Like, if I'm collecting crystal flies, I'd be like, okay, grab a crystal fly, and then the other ones don't move. But you grab one, once you, like, interact with them, they all go away, which is, like, great. You saved me one. Thank you. I could have gotten that one by myself. That's the most annoying thing about that passive. I wish that it was more useful, especially for the fact that, like, when are you ever using it to begin with? Like, for something that specific, they should have made it significantly better. Use him to fly and catch them. Yeah. There was a time where I was using Kazuha and I just end up murdering them. Crystal fly farming. I have a crystal fly route just in Mondstadt and Liyue, and I don't know, I swear to God I didn't even do it for that long, but I have like 800 crystal flies, so I won't have to go crystal fly farming in a long time, which is nice. I appreciate that. Yeah, I haven't done that in a while, though. Don't need to. Blessed. On mobile? See, that would be nice if I could figure out how to control the character on mobile, which is never gonna happen. Ever. Like, here's the deal. If the input is not controller, then I cannot play the game. Like, if you give me Genshin on the PC, not happening. If you give me Genshin on the mobile, not happening. Like, illiterate at playing video games if it's not on the controller. Or if it's like not Candy Crush on the phone. That's about it. The only thing that I can do on the phone is like point and click. Why does nobody talk about when Festering Desire came out, you got more Festering Desires for Feinrith? You did not? You get the same, like, refinement material. It's not another weapon. Like, when we do the events where you get refinements for weapons these days, It's not another weapon. That's the same thing with Festering Desire. You only got one. I need... Besides PS5, yeah. Even PS4 now. Like playing on the PS4, I'm just like waiting for it to load. And playing on my laptop. Like, I got my laptop last year. It has a 3060 in it. So it's like 2 years ago, maybe? Okay, maybe it's 2 years ago. It's so slow. Like, compared to PS5, it's so slow. PS5 is like fastest loading time ever. Then you're trying to talk to somebody and you have to like, oh god. I do have a keyboard for my PlayStation, but it's kind of crap. So like every other letter may show up. You couldn't get Cinnabar for R5. Sucks. I think I have all the limited weapons at R5. Because try hard. Actually, that's not true. I don't have them all at R5, but I do have R5 or all of their refinement materials. I've just been like super slack and haven't been refining the new weapons. My question is, when are we gonna get our next fish weapon? Like, the Fontaine fishing sword was not a fish sword. Technically, the fish sword exists in HA3, but Genshin, where's your fish sword? You have Windbloom bow at R1. Windbloom was also a really poorly designed event, let me say. Windbloom the first time, I think. The second time, I don't remember it, but I think it has run twice. The first time they ran Windbloom with that bow, they like basically made you do mini events in RNG. And one of the things to like complete the like VP thing or whatever was like do this specific thing in one of the events, but the events were all RNG. So there was this one where you had to run up the hill and the bubbles were coming down and you couldn't hit the bubbles. But there was a version with 3 bubbles and the version with 5 bubbles. And I spent so many hours trying to get like 5 bubbles. The 5 bubble version. It was so stupid. Like, it made me so mad. Oh gosh. Is this my real voice? No. I actually hacked the future, made the most realistic VTuber ever, synced it very, very realistically with this mouth, and that's what's currently running. It can also read your text. The future is now! Festering Desire and Cinnabar might be the only limited weapons that are actually, like, worth anything. I don't know if Festering Desire is good anymore. Cinnabar is still Albedo's BIS. But the funny thing about that is that who has Albedo to use that? Like, we're at the point where if you have Albedo, you probably have Cinnabar because he's been run so long ago. I think he's had like 1 rerun or something. Maybe 2 if we're lucky. But yeah. Basically releasing Albedo. Okay, here's the thing. First of all, if they were to re-release Albedo right now, he would do so poorly because 1, Geo sucks. 2, we are so far removed from his BIS that like I don't know if this will actually influence people that would be pulling. But we're so far away from his BIS that people pulling Albedo now would never get, like, wouldn't have it at all. The people that have it probably already got Albedo if they wanted him. Festering Desire is not a free-to-play option for Farina because nobody has it. If you have Festering Desire, you probably don't need a free-to-play weapon anymore. Like, if you've been playing the game consistently since Festering Desire has been released, you have to have some kind of backlog of all the other 4-star weapons. Like, that would be like, oh, I stopped playing after 1.2 or 1.3, whatever that was, and then haven't had anything since that. Like, that is such a far-fetched option. It's so far away that it's hard to even consider it anymore, because the people that would have had Festering Desire, like, you just collect so much other stuff in the meantime, even if you're free to play. So yeah. Well, hopefully Navia has a fun playstyle. She's a Claymore Geo character. Just look at Ito. Okay. To his credit, Ito is actually pretty fun. But your options are Mono Geo or Mono Geo, which means that you have to have Goro on your team, and Goro is so boring. Setting up that team is just so boring. Hopefully she doesn't get the Dia treatment. I don't think she's gonna get the Dia treatment, but she might get the Ito treatment, which is just like a fairly decent Geo character with a terrible element. She like a fairly decent character with a terrible element that it can't help them. Like, all hope has been lost for them, basically. They need to save Geo. How would you go about saving Geo? Okay, here's the best option. Delete it. Just remove it from the game entirely. Yeet. Who would you miss the most if they removed Geo as an element? Like, if they removed Geo and all of its associated characters, who would you miss the most? I would miss thinking about Ningguang. I would have missed playing anybody. Like, I do not play any Geo character, but I think about Ningguang a lot. Unreconciled Stars. Was Unreconciled Stars actually that unique though? Like, the events when we were playing in Azuma, where you go around to like the different energy points where you had to connect to the rock, I think that was very similar to Unreconciled Stars. But it was so long ago, I don't even remember. Also, I was gonna say that event where you got the event where you got Festering Desire, where you had to fight the Whopper Flower in Dragonspine, that was actually really fun. Because that Whopper Flower was difficult. I don't remember. I think you could have done it in solo. I mean, I don't know. Are there any forced co-op events? Either way, it was hard, but it was super fun. Like, the teleport was right outside the arena, so basically, like, the 4 people go in, and then you're just on constant rotation, because people just keep dying. like you go in, do some damage, then you die, and then the next people just, like, keep coming into a circle. It was really fun. I don't know if they'll ever be able to have events like that again, that will actually be, like, fun because they're difficult. At least for me, they won't, because now I've spent too much money. Just like the sense of community that it had doing those events. So like the very first time that they ran the hydro, or the hypostasis event, it was so hard that like the co-op chats in the Discord were just blowing up with people looking for whales to carry them. It was so hard. And we all sucked at the game. Like, no one knew how the game worked. Everyone was super weak. The only people that could complete the event were whales. And the whales had to carry you. It was kind of fantastic. that kind of like community bonding, I don't think we'll ever have again. It's also like the community bonding that you get at the beginning of the game, though. Was Keqing ever meta? I think you're missing the point where Diluc was the meta. There was a point where like Klee was god tier, obviously Venti was god tier for a long time, until Kazuha came out, which was 1.6. I don't really know if Keqing was ever up there. Keqing's been memed on for a very long time for being weak. Because she's a meta back then? I don't know. When Keqing had her banner, I still don't think that she was really that great. What patch was that? That was in the 1 something. I don't know. I pulled her on her limited banner on my alt. I don't ever remember people talking about her like that, though. Because Barbara would freeze you. Barbara. After trying to think for a while, there's no actual way to save Geo. You're right. You're right. Delete it. That's the best plan of action. You had guaranteed 50-50 and got Keqing on your banner. Once you pull Keqing on that banner, you're 50-50 reset anyway. Oh my gosh, yes. The Tainari and Dia weapons. somebody at Hoyverse just forgot. They're like, I forgot something. If you can't remember, it wasn't important. So, rip if you didn't get those weapons, which I did not, because I didn't care. Dia's weapon, I still think is not worth it. Tainari's weapon, I think is actually pretty good. But, yeah. That is, like, real limited stuff. I don't think it will always be that way. I think they're gonna add it at some point. Like, I do not think that they're ever gonna run the event weapons again. I do, however, think that they will eventually run Dia and Tainari's weapon again, or they'll put it on standard. It will just take a long time. Like, there's no way that those are truly that limited. Rock mixes with nothing. Why couldn't we have Dendro Rock, like Mossy Rock or something? Like crystallize with Dendro. I don't know. What would make Geo good? I mean, obviously one person already says they don't have anything. Slow the enemies like a type of sand. That's true. Sand is just little rock particles, right? Because cryo, when you're affected by cryo, it slows your movement and attack speed, but when enemies are affected by cryo, it doesn't slow them, right? So if you could add that to Geo, that'd be okay. I guess. Like Zhongli's ult? What you just described is Zhongli's ult. I don't think Geo as a whole element will do that. Otherwise it would make Zhongli irrelevant more than he already is, because he's already irrelevant. Maybe Natlan. I'm conflicted, because I think Fontaine was a region that I'm most excited for, and now that it's here, I'm questioning if I'm excited for Natlan. Like, Fontaine is just, like, perfect. Everything that I want it to be. It's really great. Sumeru was really bad. Sumeru, like, was so bad that it tainted my perception on everything else. I hate Sumeru. If there was a need for you to defend, yeah, that's because, like, Geo's all about shielding, but, like, why shield when you can just hydro pump? And everything die. Sumeru was just too bland. Too big and too bland. I'm not even, like, a super big fan of any of the characters in Sumeru. Like, Sumeru had some great character demo songs. Port Ormos is still one of my favorite, like, area songs. Fontaine's battle music might be my new, like, favorite soundtrack theme. It is so good. I also found an 8-bit version this morning. Other than that, the like, Sumeru went on for so long that I became angry. like, we are still here. We are still here. And, like, I'm upset. And then another patch would come out and I'd be a little bit more upset. And then more and more sand just kept coming out. And I'm like... Anyway. At the end, yeah, Tevat is chapter 1. So, yay. There's more. I honestly don't care if the siblings get back together at all. Like... Who cares? Forgot that Inazuma exists. I forget that Surumi and Seirai Islands exist. There's no reason in going there. Also, who is a super offender of Enkanomiya not existing? God. That region? Unreal. Unreal. How much I forgot about that. Sumeru, like, burned out everybody. If you look at Google Trends, like, Genshin keeps, like, a steady... So Google Trends is a base on a percent, and 100% is when it was at its peak popularity. So Genshin maintains, like, 30% of its peak popularity, which is when it was released, obviously. And, like, every time a new region comes out, there's, like, a spike, right? Fontaine didn't spike that hard. Like... So Sumeru must have, like, killed everybody. That people didn't come back for Fontaine, which is kind of funny. Like, Sumeru was bad. Maybe it was bad because they spent all their time making Fontaine, and then they just slack. They just slack on Sumeru. They're like, We need some new content for Sumeru, but we're working really hard on making Fontaine. What should we do? And then the guys just, like, add more sand. Add more sand, throw a few more chests, chat GPT some dialogue for the Golden Slumber quest, and call it a day. Like, good. You got some slate? Oh! No, I finished that. Yeah, I finished that. I did all, like, the main quest stuff in, Enkanomiya. It's not 100%, but it is, like, basically done. And I'll never go back there again. Until I'm having, like, a very, very weak emotional point, and I feel like I need something to do. Because I did 100% Mondstadt, which I also said I'd never do. The next on the list would be to 100% Liyue, which is so big. I don't want to. Inazuma's pretty close already. The like main 3 islands are already 100%. The other 2 might be very close. And then Sumeru. If I 100% don't 100 like okay. If I 100% don't 100% Economia, I am 120% never 100%ing Sumeru. I'll be damned if I ever go back to that region. I can't wait. I can't wait until Natlan comes out and I don't have to do the Sumeru weekly bosses anymore. I finally just stopped fighting Raiden every week. You never got the Lisa skin. It's alright. I finally got my Lisa to C6 and I still haven't done anything with her yet after claiming that C6 is basically the only thing that makes her like viable. Lisa has so many problems though. Like after you hold her skill, the cooldown's just too damn long. It's so long. Also, if you have a really strong Lisa, like if sending out the shockwaves kills them. Like trying to get them to 3 stacks kills them. So by the time that you have 3, there's nothing to kill. And then you have to start again. It's too bad though, because for a starter character, I think Lisa's like very complex and like fun as a starter. But because of that stack thing, like no, because of the cooldown thing, she's just too much. Upsetty is what it makes me. Look at Child's cooldown. Well, you see, I don't have Child, so not a problem for me. Xingqiu cooldown is a nightmare. Not if you have enough energy. Xingqiu, you do his skill twice, and then you have enough energy for his ult, and then you are fine. What do you mean? One place in the desert. All of the desert is just sand. Like the whole thing. That's what a desert is. Do you think there'll ever be a quest skip? I don't know. Like, Honkai came out with a quest, with a dialogue skip. So like, it's not like something that they're thinking about adding later. The fact that they didn't add it is intentional. The way that they treat Genshin kind of reminds me of the way that Nintendo treats Smash, where like they kind of force you to play it a certain way. Like Nintendo does not want you to play competitive Smash. Genshin does not want you to skip the story. Genshin does not want you to have multiple accounts. Like that, by multiple accounts means that you have to go through the story twice. I don't know. They're very strict about it, which is interesting because I would argue that HI3 has like a more interesting story that like actually you need to pay attention to, and they also have a skip button. But the thing with HI3 is that like only half the game is a visual novel and the other half of it is like competitive sweaty pay to win lobbies. So maybe they did that for the sweaty people. I don't know. Genshin players ask for something to add it to Star Rail. Real. I don't know. And also the fact that they don't have gear loadouts, like It's just weird. It's just weird. Like, they feel like they're forcing you to play Genshin very casually. Die a slow death. I guess we'll see. You only read the Archon? I read... Okay, I listen to everything that's voiced. If it's not voiced, it's not getting read. Like, the R&R quest, the Golden Slumber, and the Anne of Narcissus. I don't actually know how to say it, but all of those quests, no. Like, I'ma put it on autoplay and do other things. And then hit one button when I have to do a dialogue. That is my preferred gameplay style. So, yeah. Pay $20. Gotcha if you have to read the quest or not. No, gotcha if you get a skip button or not. That's funny. I would lol. You didn't finish a single Sumeru world quest. I finished all the world quests, all the Archon quests, all the character quests. If they add another, man, I know that they're gonna add another, like, Sumeru event sometime down the line, and I'm just not gonna be, I'm gonna show up for it because that's what I have to do. It is my duty to do all of the Genshin things. However, I will not be happy about it. I'll be very, very upset. Because during the 4.1 live stream, they're like, we have 10 million lines of words that we wrote. And I'm like, and I've read 10 of those. You're welcome. Okay, here's the deal. They want us to play Genshin casually, but they want us to be super sweaty lore readers, which I am not. Every time you press the skip button, 20 Primo Gems gets taken out of your balance. Oh my gosh, I would cry. That's so funny. Yeah. One day we'll be blessed. Today is not that day. Probably tomorrow, not tomorrow either. Do I have a day job? I do. Back to the grind. I have off this Thursday though because of Thanksgiving. Yay. But anyway, this is our hour. We survived the hour of Keqing birthday because we totally talked about Keqing, right? Good job. I don't know if I'll do 2 more of these, like casual chatting ones, or maybe try to do something more interesting for the next mobile live stream, but there'll be a mobile live stream for the next 2 months. So stay tuned, subscribe, do the things, enjoy your day. Gonna figure out how to end this now. There it is. All right, bye.